Welcome to Global Glimpse. Our planet is a tapestry of wonders. Today, we focus on one remarkable corner, California, a single state where extremes live side by side, sun-drenched coasts, towering peaks, and arid basins, all within a few hundred miles. Over the next 15 minutes, we reveal 50 geographic facts you probably never knew. Let's begin our journey. Fact 1. California holds extraordinary vertical contrasts. Let's look at two extremes, Mount Whitney and Death Valley. Ready to be astonished? Chapter 1, A Tale of Two Extremes, Mount Whitney and Death Valley. Mount Whitney stands at 14,505 feet, the highest point in the contiguous U.S. From forested foothills to barren talus above the tree line, ecosystems change in hours, not miles. Less than 100 miles away, Badwater Basin sits at 282 feet below sea level, the lowest spot in North America, a landscape of mirages and ancient lake beds. This remarkable juxtaposition is the result of uplift and crustal stretching, two opposing geologic forces. Mountains pushed up where adjacent crust was forced down into basins. The climb is a journey through time and life zones. To stand in one and know the other is so near, is to appreciate the dynamic nature of our planet. Fact, highest and lowest, both in one state. Next, the great scar that runs beneath California. Beneath the golden hills and bustling cities runs a scar of immense power. The San Andreas Fault stretches roughly 800 miles from the Salton Sea to the Mendocino coast. The Pacific Plate grinds northwest, the North American Plate moves southeast, friction builds. Friction locks the plates, strain accumulates until the ground snaps. Stream beds and landscapes are physically offset, a visible record of slow, relentless motion. This motion lifts ranges and shapes the dramatic terrain of California. It's the engine of California's seismic activity, and part of daily life for millions. Centuries of stress can release in moments, reminders to prepare, adapt, and respect the ground we live on. From seismology to landscape, the San Andreas writes California's geography. Next, 9 national parks, more than any other state. California protects an astonishing 9 national parks, more than any other state. From granite domes to volcanic fumaroles, each park is a living museum. Yosemite's iconic cliffs were carved by patient ice, a glacial masterpiece. Water still finishes the story, cascading from hanging valleys into the valley below. Along the fog-washed northern coast grow the coast redwoods, the tallest living things on Earth. And in the Sierra, General Sherman reigns by sheer volume, a living cathedral of wood. Joshua Tree's strange sculpted landscape is an ecological crossroads of desert and mountain life. Lassen's steaming vents remind us that California's geology is still very much alive. These parks are living laboratories and sanctuaries. We protect them to protect the stories they tell. Next, the endless ribbon where land meets sea, California's coastline. California's coastline stretches over 800 miles, a ribbon of life and stone. Here cliffs plunge to foam-laced surf. There, pale sand beaches invite the masses. Tide pools reveal hidden worlds, sea stars, anemones, and tiny fish. Offshore, kelp forests are underwater rainforests supporting otters, seals, and fish. The coast is a grand highway. Gray whales travel thousands of miles along it. From headlands you can watch gentle giants breach and breathe. Sandy expanses in the south become misty coves and towering bluffs to the north. Human artifacts transformed into jewels at places like Glass Beach. The coast is at once boundary, doorway, and habitat, a living edge between land and ocean. Next, the Alpine jewel, Lake Tahoe. Lake Tahoe, the largest alpine lake in North America. Formed by faulting and filled by ancient glaciers, Tahoe holds a staggering volume of water. Its clarity comes from a granitic watershed that supplies very few nutrients. The water acts like a flawless lens. Near shore, turquoise becomes deep cobalt in the center, over 1,600 feet deep in places. Tahoe's clarity is fragile. Runoff and sediment from development threaten the balance. Local conservation efforts help preserve this alpine sanctuary. A mirror of the sky, Tahoe's moods change with light. Each hour offers a new palette. At over 6,000 feet, it remains a sanctuary of cold, clear water and alpine life. Next, the other extreme, the Mojave Desert. From an inland sea to a sea of sand, California's contrasts never end. The Mojave, the driest desert in North America. Life here is sparse and tenacious. Creosote and cracked clay tell the story. The Joshua Tree, a sentinel of this austere landscape. Species like the kangaroo rat survive with minimal water. Tortoises carry home on their backs. The Algodones Dunes are a vast, shifting sea of sand, towering, mobile, and ancient. Specialists like the fringe-toed lizard swim through sand to escape heat. The Salton Sea, California's largest lake by surface area, born of an early 20th century engineering failure. Once a resort paradise, today it faces ecological collapse. Rising salinity, fish kills and air pollution. Yet the Salton Sea remains a crucial migratory stop, and a cautionary tale of unintended consequences. Next, the great provider, the Central Valley and its arteries of life. The Central Valley, an immense patchwork quilt of farms stretching roughly 450 miles. Its productivity depends on engineered water. Dams, reservoirs, and canals divert Sierra snowmelt. Almonds, pistachios, tomatoes, grapes. California grows a staggering share of America's produce. This valley feeds the nation and ships produce around the world. Two titans, the Sacramento and the San Joaquin, converge in a vast inland delta. Their waters nourish farms, feed cities, and create vital wetland habitat. Reservoirs like Shasta store winter snowmelt for dry summers, an engineered water pulse. This plumbing underpins the Central Valley's role as a global breadbasket, but not without environmental cost. The delta is both lifeline and battleground. Water for people versus habitat for nature. Next, the forests of giants. California's Redwood Kingdom. Along a narrow, fog-shrouded strip of coast stands a kingdom of giants, the coast redwoods. These trees soar over 380 feet, cathedrals of wood with crowns lost in mist. Their tannin-rich wood and thick bark resist fire and decay. Some have lived 2,000 years or more. The forest floor is a living carpet, a vertical ecosystem from roots to canopy. General Sherman, by volume the largest single-stem tree on Earth, over 52,000 cubic feet of wood. To stand beside it is to feel the weight of deep time. Protected groves ensure these silent witnesses endure for future generations. They have witnessed centuries of change, and remain a living library of time. These giants are rare and precious, protected places of awe and science. Next, island arcs of evolution, the Channel Islands. Off Southern California lie the Channel Islands, sometimes called the Galapagos of North America. Isolation fostered evolution. Island foxes and scrub jays found nowhere else on Earth. The Pacific Crest Trail stitches a ribbon of wilderness through California, over 1,000 miles here alone. For thru-hikers, it's endurance, resilience, and deep personal transformation. From highest peaks to lowest basins, from ancient giants to shifting dunes, California is a world in one state. These facts are stories of resilience, stewardship, and responsibility. If you enjoyed this voyage, subscribe to Global Glimpse for more explorations. Share your favorite California fact in the comments below, and keep looking at the world with wonder. Thanks for watching. See you on the next expedition.